Hey guys, how's it going? I am back playing Doki Doki Literature Club. First, I'm using this because, surprise, surprise, somebody had recording errors. Hey! I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. If she's going to chase me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sign idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Ha! Blah! I overslept again! But I caught you this time! Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. Ooh, you say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Kenny. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them thinking we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. That voice still might change. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way back to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students, making their daily commute. By the way, Kenny, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm really not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. Oh, that's not true! You told me you'd join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations, where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me, when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Uh-huh! I was talking about how I'm worried about you and won't learn how to socialize and have any skills before college. Or read. Well, goodly. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming neat in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Oh, alright, alright. I'll look at a few clubs that makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let her relent to her. Myself relent to her. Guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The day is as ordinary as ever. It's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. Guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in this classroom. I thought I'd catch you from out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's gonna make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know. Oh, what? Well, you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. Oh, Vinny. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title Vice President. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm gonna join them. Go to the anime club. Come on, please! Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I'd bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori really is that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes! Let's go! And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year class activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member's here! I told you, don't call me new member. Huh? I glance around the room. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Kenny, what a nice surprise! Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this moment. The situation too. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry? Natsuki? The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also the one who makes the cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quiet in my ear, then turns back to the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy! And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, nice to meet the both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monika, is that right? That's right! It's great to see you again, Kenny. Monika smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monika was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monika. Come, sit down, Kenny. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monika. I'll get the cupcakes! Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? Girls have a few desks ranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so there's one space next to Monika and one next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Woo! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! I had no idea you were good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry up and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monika. I follow. It's delicious! Sayori talks with a mouthful and already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki's quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Stop mixing up the voices. Thank you, Natsuki. Well, why are you thanking me? It's not like I've never heard this somewhere before? Bait them for you or anything? Yeah, I thought technically you did. Sayori said, well, maybe. But not for you, dummy. Oh, alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returned to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully placed a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teacher gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? Yeah, I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's trying to impress you. That's nuts. Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question! Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so, that's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling my dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. Must be really hard to start a new club. You can put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival all that much more important. I'm confident that we can really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You'll know it! Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though, I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Kenny, what kind of things do you like to read? Oh, well, considering how little I read over the last few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, you see, Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Ah, I read a horror book once! I desperately grasp something I can relate to her at a minimum level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't expect that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think, or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh? Why is that? Well, I just... Natsuki's eyes stared at me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of paper behind the last club meeting. It looked like you were working poem called... Don't say it out loud. And give that back. Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. In the wrong voice. Sayori saddles up to Natsuki and puts her hands over her shoulders. Ain't that cute? Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think it's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Huh, not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. You have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Aw, I wanted to read everyone else's poems. I forgot Sayori's voice already. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone! Huh? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone's even. Yeah, let's do it! It's close. Plus, now that we have a new member, it'll be a... I think it might help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bonds of our club. Isn't that right, Kenny? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. Huh? What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forward with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I joined the club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thoughts. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. What? I'm sorry, I thought. And you all... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls? Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'm joining the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy! Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey! You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for cupcakes, I'd be super pissed. And that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment! Write a poem to bring to your next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks at me once more. Kenny, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Recording ended. Booski. Hi again. Magic. I'm back. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? No. I feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, Kenny, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right. Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she's always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, two of us depart from the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls, Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have a chance to go closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances and I'm sure good fortune will come to me. I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. This is gonna be a real good poem. Pick word you think your favorite club member might like. Something good might happen if whoever likes your poem the most. Something good. Starscape. Eternity. Adventure. Cool. Going for Yuri, by the way. Suicide. Doki Doki. Depression. Intellectual. Fire. Cool. Judgment? Yeah. Graveyard? Philosophy? Treasure? Nope. Question? Yeah. Uncontrollable? Sugar! No, crimson. Extraordinary. Nope. Disoriented. Journey. Death. Cool. Destiny. Yep, got it. Great A poem right there. Just an amalgamation of words. Hi again, Kenny. Glad to see you didn't run away on us, haha. Don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I do at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. It was the last to come in, so everyone else was already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promises, Kenny. I hope this isn't too overwhelming a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join a club this year. Last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the classroom. Mama. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. And he always gives his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without even asking, like cooking and cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. You almost set your house on fire once. Ooh, that's so. You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Kenny can be good friends too. Sayori. Oh, Sayori. Huh? As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought something for you today, you know? Wait, Sayori. Huh? Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Siri made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? Huh? I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make a big deal of it if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I don't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. We could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you, I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Marta to kick off some scheduled activity for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a bit more, but all at the same time, I would feel bad from distracting her from her reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of the book. Looks like the same book that she lent me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me. Our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deep in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I muttered. The sense of her eye made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have two copies of the same book? Oh, well, I stopped by the bookstore yesterday and, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy two of them. Ah! I see! There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me. But I decide to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts picking up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright, I just wanted to make sure I didn't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships and her life begins to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? You really made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, but a dark turn came out of nowhere. Ha ha ha. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Kenny? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah! I totally forgot Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems so completely different. It's just that I find those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. And horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals, or their own philosophy that believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they are made out to be completely naive, or naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I shouldn't let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So, I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slipped into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just come if I end up distracting you or anything. Oh, alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Might be a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually reading her own book. I glance over. Looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here. This should work, right? I slide my desk up until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more in between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to open the book open. Hold the book open. I guess that makes it a little difficult to turn the pages. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same thing with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page and Yuri slides under her thumb after it flips to her side. But I'm holding it like this. We're huddled even closer than before. Actually kind of distracting me. As if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face. And she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a little distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and her eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a little longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she's finished the page before me, so I turn it on my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. my thumb gently letting go of a page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses a lot of things she says and does. Like she's afraid of she'll do something wrong. Not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. You remain silent for a moment, but Kenny, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Oh, wait! It didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I didn't know that you're self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I meant it more the way that I think it's cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone! I think it's about time we shared poems with each other. Might not have enough time to wait too long. Yuri exhales and is spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you weren't looking forward to this. Oh, it's not. I'm fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I read only with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read it with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright! The guy doesn't read much. 2 chapters, let's do this, no problem. Done, let's go. Make a mental note of where I left in the book, then slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I really couldn't find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find something to share with? I can't wait! Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. Oh, fancy. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? Let's go immediately try to impress Monica. I should start with Monica. Yesterday she seemed so eager to read my poem, and I want her to know I'm putting in the effort. Hi, Kenny. Having a good time so far? Ah, yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Oh, alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm settled in. Anyway, want to share a poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. It's 20 words I mashed together. I practically took a dictionary and did this. Haha! Don't worry, Kenny. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Kenny. I was going, ooh, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easy for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it counts when I put in some effort. Just like the real me. Let's go. I'm number 1, 2, or 3, maybe. Ha! That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yui likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. It can really take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. Never really asked though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying new things a lot. It could take me a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find this kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might have a little bias towards their own kind of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Wink. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. Using my tactic against me, I see. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims not to be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. Bye, camera. Beep boop. I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in the wall. No, I'm not gonna read it like that. It couldn't have been me. See the direction this speckle protrudes? A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel blind like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. Wasn't too bright. It was too deep. Stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he on the other side was looking in. So what do you think? It's very free form if that's what you call it. So I am not the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, the kind of style's gotten pretty popular nowadays. And I'm popular. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. And performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure how to put it, but I guess you could say I've had some sort of epiphany lately. It's been influencing my poems a lot, a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about it, but it's coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone's better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you write a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try too hard to make it perfect, you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. Keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move ahead and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Next victim to show my amalgamation to. And Frankenstein's monster goes next to Sayori. It's a good poem, Kenny. Are you sure this is your first time? Of course. It's not that good. I'm the kind of guy who'd be writing poems in his spare time. I guess you're right. That's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you wrote one. Just reminds me how you're really part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you right now in the classroom. Oh, well, of course. Not really into it yet, but it doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Kenny. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people. That's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. And again, I can't deny she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all, Yeah. Gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? I'll be my main way of thanking you. Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then. Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? So where I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning makes me feel like you missed me, kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepies from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away another rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Let's mix up Sayori and Natsuki's voice at all times. Sayori, it's just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No, just a little bit. Can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least it makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. Didn't mean to say it like that's a bad poem. Came out nice. How should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school? It's bad to skip breakfast. You're all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. That was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time, I won't forget. I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Yuri. Hi, Yuri. Oh, you don't look happy to see me. Oh. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. Eh, what was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth and then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. That's... I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Oh, that's a huge compliment coming from you. It's actually my first time. Really? Huh? Yuri stares blankly at me, then looks back at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just mean, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traced her fingers along the words of my poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yes, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just the specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their writing style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is that both style and expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, as if her whole demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone in the club gives you valuable feedback. That can be a little biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about other people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please, do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily. Extremely, as if it's a rare opportunity for her. Which is kind of funny in itself. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate behind the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Huh? That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it was short. Even though it was short, it's really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. It's our first time sharing. I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghost theory? Actually, the story isn't about ghosts at all, Kenny. Really? Must have totally missed it then. Well, I suppose you only did just glance over it all, after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts and feelings and experiences with their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in the past, remaining in a place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. Huh? It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah. Once again, 20 words, just... If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all of this, but in the end, I really enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing better for you, Kenny. Haha, me too. I'm gonna keep doing better for me as well. Natsuki. Final poem. Nothing weird has happened yet, too, so... Oh yeah, about that! I didn't get that recorded. There's a warning in the beginning. If you're a small child having anxiety or depression, you probably shouldn't watch this, but since nothing's happened yet, it's... safe thus far. Can't guarantee that in the future though, so... be careful! Kenny, if you're not gonna take this club seriously, then go home. What? Harsh. What do you expect? I can't believe that you actually put effort into this? You think I'm this stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe I'm not very good, but yeah, I did put an effort. I'll start somewhere, right? You're so proud of the first poem you ever wrote. I'd like to read it. Painful to think about? Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I'd tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I've gotta share mine now. Knowing you probably think it's stupid. Eagles can fly, monkeys can jump, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly. People can try. That's about it. Yeah, I told you we're gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks the writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. But people don't take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Writing style shouldn't make the message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like me. Like this poem. Seeing everyone around you do really great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. The other nice thing is, simple writing is that it puts more emphasis on the word. The other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. I set up a rhyme at the end, but made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out that feeling in the last line. Oh, so you did. That's more wit than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah! Guess not! I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is. If Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take it away from her. I guess that's everyone. Glancing around the room. I was a little more stressed than I anticipated. It's as if everyone was judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. They were. Even to just being nice, there's no way my poem can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monika are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch out for their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow with frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with the language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. Guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is... cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You didn't have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say. Thanks, but that really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Kenny did too. But based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon. Unless, of course, something comes across particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. And Kenny liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Bye, music! I thought I broke the game for a second. Everything's still working though. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were trying so hard. Impressing our new member, Yuri. That's not what I... You were just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you were just jealous that Kenny appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. Huh? I didn't know he appreciates my advice more. Are you that full of yourself? No, if I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Kenny started showing up. Natsuki. Oh, Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly both girls turn towards me and see if they just noticed I was standing there. Kenny? She's trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate things that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened at all in the first place. That's the point of poems all convoluted for no reason. The meaning should jump out at me, not force and have to figure it out. Let me explain that to her, Kenny. Wait. There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and thoughts, meaning most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessary and limiting, but it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Kenny? Well. How did I get dragged into this in the first place? Not like I know anything about writing. But whomever I agree with more, they'll probably think more highly of me. Well, Yuri it is then. Sorry, Sayori and Natsuki. Sayori's there too. Natsuki, you're right that I liked your poem. See? Wait. It's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't have picked a fight just because someone's opinion is different. That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously. I understand. Yuri? You're a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed. Well, that's... But here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it. It becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki feels threatened when you said her poem was cute. I see. Amber's there. Oh no. Please, Amber alert. Excuse me. I see. I didn't notice that I'm sorry. Oh. But Natsuki, you took that way too far. Yuri means well, and if you told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that... Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too? Natsuki clenches her fist. In the end, nobody has taken a side. She's trapped. Her side. She's trapped at this point being defiant only because she can't hold the pressure. I end up feeling bad for her. Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk and clear my head. Sayori, she doesn't need to. You know what? I'm gonna do that. I'll spare me from having to look at your faces right now. That warning, Natsuki snatches up her own poem from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumbles on the poem with her hand and throws it in the trash. My recording stopped. Let's fix that. Beep. Hi again. Natsuki! She really didn't need to do that. Look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in an adjacent chair. Everything alright? I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You'd probably hate me now. No, Yuri! How could anyone not have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you. Well, alright. I believe you. Thanks, Kenny. You're too kind. I'm thankful to have you a part of the club now. It's nothing. One more thing. That one thing about Natsuki said about you know, I would never do anything so shameful. One thing Natsuki say. Well, never mind that. I'm going to make some tea. Good idea. Just make it up more than one person, okay? Yeah. Okay, everyone, it's just about time for us to leave. How'd you feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. I'm gone from the club, but I came back to share my opinion. Hey. Kenny, how about you? I'd say the same. It was neat to talk with everyone. Awesome! In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. Maybe you'll learn something from your friends too. The shade poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little more about what kind of poem everyone likes. Any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. Now to myself with my newfound determination. Kenny, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It's truly been a while since Sarah and I spent this much time together. Can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori? What happened earlier? Huh? What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki? That kind of thing happen often. Oh, no. It's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. Promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? Oh, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why you'd make good friends with you. You know, Kenny, I guess I could spend more time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone else is what makes me the happiest. I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day is gonna be so much fun! Looks like Yuri still hasn't gotten the situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but we really need to stop there. Well, let's have to see how the future holds, Sayori. Pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said it more to myself than her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay! Yeah, let's do this. Well, that's a super fun place to end, so Toodles, you have a super amazing guy. Night, day, wherever you're watching this. Toodles in general, really. Have fun.